For in New Jersey, nothing stands still. Yesterday's wastelands are today's wealth. This, my friends, is
Noside.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Noside, episode 48. I am your host, Antonio Matos, joined here with my co-host, Brandon Mendoza. How are we doing this Friday morning, evening, night? It's early. It's early.
It's currently 3:01 as we're recording, so it's Friday all over the world.
Yeah. Start of a new day as well as the ending of this week. Hope everyone had a good week, work week, personal life. Hope everything went well. Today's October 14th, right?
Yeah, yesterday was October 13th.
Yeah.
It was my brother's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Brandon
Joe.
Jr.
His name is Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Yeah, 16 years old. So that's cool. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it was raining a lot all day.
Yeah, real rainy day.
That really sucked.
It was fitting because, if I'll be honest,
Thursday kind of sucked.
Yeah, Thursday was kind of sucky, but it's all right. We're here on a Friday, ending off the week with a bang, as usual.
So how's your week been?
It's been all right overall. It hasn't been too bad. Just been pumping out Noside content and watching horror movies, spooky movies. Probably gonna be talking about that a little bit in the podcast at some point.
A lot of Noside content's been coming out.
Yeah,
and this is only the second podcast. More content has been pumped out, like on YouTube than podcasts. But I mean, that's how it is going to be, right?
I mean,
podcast once a week.
Yeah. We're gonna be having a lot more content on the YouTube, but yeah, podcast still just gonna be going as usual. But I guess since you bring that up, I guess we can get into our housekeeping for today's episode before we get into some New Jersey stuff. Right, like we were just talking about, the gaming, the YouTube channel, it's been popping. Things have been going on over there. I hope everybody that's been checking out the YouTube and been watching our gaming series, hope you guys been enjoying the daily uploads as well as the double uploads and even the triple uploads.
And if you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's on youtube.com, Noside.
Yeah, and you'll be able to find the link directly to our YouTube in the description of this podcast, so you can be able to click there. And of course, you can always find our link tree, which I should actually put into the Spotify description. I'll do that. So you can get our link tree, and our link tree has everything: our Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. You'll be able to find everything there. But yeah, I guess we can go a little bit into depth with our gaming stuff. So we've been doing Resident Evil 4. And we've been doing Silent Hill 2.
And I just want to say, I thought Resident Evil 4 would be our best, like in terms of views and shit.
Best performance.
Yeah, but it's actually Silent Hill.
Yeah, people have been enjoying the Silent Hill series.
Yeah. I'm going to just look real quick right now on how many views we got.
The analytics. Checking out the analytics.
So, our most viewed video right now is episode 6 of Silent Hill 2 with 67 views.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I
know there's people that are probably bigger than us that are like, "Aw, 67 views." But
that's it? 67? Yeah, that's it. 67. It's growing though.
Yeah, just being back 2 weeks, we've been growing a decent amount. Been seeing the love and the people coming back to the podcast land, and as well coming to the YouTube land of things for Noside.
Also, I want to say that's our most viewed video on here. I believe it is.
There's a possibility our first podcast might be the most viewed.
Oh, well, I mean, I could see that. Other than that, though...
Yeah, gaming-wise, I think it's our most viewed.
60... Oh, wow. Resident Evil 2, Episode 1 has 62.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
I didn't even know that.
A lot of our old podcasts and videos are still in like the single digits or like the low double digits.
Yeah, but that's because most people are checking out our podcast and the Spotify.
Actually, no. Silent Hill is our most viewed video. The first episode is 54 views.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody go check that out. Look at our old stuff.
Yeah. Check out our old catalog, and of course, check out our new stuff that's been going on. Most likely, new series are probably going to be popping up towards like mid to end October, and of course, going into November, we're going to be doing some new things.
Also, look out for shorts. Those are going to be coming out real soon.
Yeah, we're going to be trying to pump out some clips from our series and stuff, and putting them on the YouTube channel as well. Some little YouTube shorts.
It's just gonna be in random order. Like I was thinking about going into like starting from episode 1 and going up of each series, but I'm gonna just go through the random episodes.
Yeah,
probably work backwards.
Pick out fun moments. That's it, and then we'll just post them when we want. That'll be fun to do.
Go check out the Instagram reels and the TikToks and the shorts in the coming days.
Yeah, but enough of telling people what to do, because I don't want to spend the whole podcast doing that and talking about boring stuff like analytics.
I don't think it's boring. I enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it shows for us because we're creating, but
it shows our growth. I mean, it's like not to like we're not growing like a tremendous rate, but as opposed to what we were doing to now, it's like we grew a lot.
Yeah,
of
course. Yeah.
Like from when we started last week or 2 weeks ago, before we even started, we had 21 subscribers or something, 21 or 22.
Yeah, something like that.
Now we are at 28, and our view time has went up a lot.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, so we appreciate all the old faces as well as the new faces coming in, showing the support.
Yeah, I wonder who subscribed in the past days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to check, but it's like
no, there's no way to. I mean, it depends on the person's like privacy settings on their own account. Like sometimes you'll get a notification for certain subscribers, but other than that, most subscribers is just kind of you get them.
Okay.
But besides all that, what was the other thing I wanted to bring up? Oh yes, our Spotify exclusive. Our Noside Gaming over on the Spotify realm of things. I figured I'd bring that up, talk about that a little bit real quick as well for the last bit of our housekeeping. I hope everyone's been enjoying that, tuning in to the first installment. And if you don't know what I'm talking about already, you better go check that out after this podcast. We are releasing a Noside Gaming Spotify exclusive series. Which after this podcast on this upcoming Sunday will be episode 2 coming out. But we're playing Destroy All Humans, doing it kind of like in a podcast format. So, like I said, if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It's pretty fun. Love that game, and it's fun being able to kind of just do a podcast while playing a kind of laid back, fun game like that. So it's gonna be cool seeing that series kind of grow on the Spotify, and it'll be cool to do some more series after that. But I guess with that, yeah, the housekeeping's out of the way. Our little Noside updates, what's going on and what's to come. And with that, I guess we can get back into the swing of things. Do what we used to do and kind of talk about New Jersey, which we don't have to worry because there's not much to talk about because New Jersey's been boring as fuck. Sorry, New Jersey. Sorry to say it, but Jersey been real fucking boring recently. It's been shit about voting and Governor Murphy posting shit about getting booster shots again for the COVID. Thought we're over it. So that's all that's going on in New Jersey is booster shots and what to do for voting. And to be honest, guys, here at Noside, that shit's boring. And I don't want to talk about it. So I did find out that either Thursday or Wednesday, a battle rapper got arrested in Jersey City for some RICO charges.
I saw that too.
Yeah, these rappers, all of them going down. It's kind of nuts to see like all these gangs and shit that were like going on that like I didn't even really know about until all these RICO charges started coming up.
It's because they tell on themselves in their music.
Yeah, that definitely plays a part. I remember on a podcast like a couple podcasts ago, we had like looked into what was
Young Thug.
Yeah, it was Young Thug's lyrics that we were looking into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
saying some pretty incriminating shit.
They're trying to get, I don't know if you know these artists, but they're trying to get Future and Playboy Cardi. They're trying to.
Yeah, that was another. I did see that. I was trying to look for the article, but I had lost it while I was looking for stuff to talk about today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they feel like they need to get on the mic and tell on themselves. Like,
it's that gangster rap mentality. They're trying to.
Yeah, but it's like it goes like. I get it. You can incorporate it in their art and in their music, but like do it to an extent, to a point where you're not fully telling on yourself. You know, I seen a post and it was Playboy Cardi, and it was his lyrics, and if they use that against him in court, it's like, yeah, he's done for. So there's a fine line between like the art and the reality of it, and I think some artists don't know that, like, when to just stop talking, pretty much.
Yeah, because I feel like it's the way I look at it, I feel like it's the ego that kind of gets to them. You know, they feel like they have the freedom to kind of just say whatever they want on the mic, rap whatever they want on the mic. And it's understandable that they get like that because, you know, they got all the money and shit. They made it. And they're just kind of talking about the old days because to them it's just some old past shit that don't matter.
But yeah, it's like they don't know when to leave that shit behind. You know, once they make it, it's like once they make it in rap, they should not have to resort to that street shit. But now
here's a thought, because people enjoy the lyrics, people enjoy the music, and people enjoy them being real, because this is something that Freddie Gibbs got hate about, is that he was rapping about shit, but he ain't ever do shit. You know? So does that do you think that would affect the music if these guys start kind of toning back on the lyrics? Do you think it would affect the popularity of it?
If they just, you're saying, would it affect their career if they started rapping about made up shit?
Kind of like how like a fat comedian thinks he would lose his funny because he lost the weight. You know, if they tone back the realness in their music and they just start kind of saying some shit, or they kind of take a more, I guess, like PG out, like
there's a difference though, because if they're just making shit up, is that what you're getting at? Like, are they making shit up in their rap? Like there's cap in their rap?
No, I'm not saying what they're saying like is cap. I'm saying,
because that
what
is
if
a
they
thing.
stop saying, yeah, and that's why I brought up the Freddie Gibbs. But that's what I'm saying. So now that these guys are getting caught up in all these RICO charges and stuff because they're kind of like snitching on themselves, and besides the snitching, you know, as a listener, certain people like the realness in the music, but if these guys have to tone back that realness and start capping, would that affect that genre of music? Would it start killing the music? Because all these guys are getting locked up, so it's already starting to die off in a sense.
Yeah, they could always just start rapping about other shit. They don't have to keep talking about the street shit that they're in.
Yeah, and
they could talk about the street shit that they were in before they made it to rap. But if you're still doing it while you're you know,
could that still be incriminating if they talk about it? Because
the old shit,
yeah.
If
I mean, if you're talking about killing somebody, I guess.
Oh
But-
yeah, like if you, I mean, you could talk about it, but don't like give specifics. You know what I mean? Because at that point, they could use that against you. Like I said, there's a fine line between, you know, using it for the art and then just straight up snitching on yourself.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's
Like
definitely a weird thing.
there was an interview with that Future rapper who said that he was afraid that his music would start. No, he said that he was afraid that his fans would stop liking his music because they found out he stopped drinking lean. Like he was scared to tell people he stopped drinking lean. So that's kind of like what you were saying, right?
Yeah. It's people like the authenticity. So once you start taking the authenticity away, it makes it feel weird. Like a kid finding out WWE is fake. It loses the charm.
Yeah.
So then kids, like I'm one of those kids, for example, that grew up watching WWE. And then when I got to the age where I found out it really wasn't as real as I had thought, it lost its sparkle. It lost its glimmer to me. And then I kind of grew out of it. So yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about with my question to you was, if these rappers have to tone back that authenticity,
if they
and start needing to kind of just rap about other shit and kind of just, yeah, you know, kind of walk around on eggshells, you know, like they kind of gotta beat around the bush. Would it lose that authenticity?
I'd say yes and no, because if you really are a talented artist, you could just get past it. But also,
I guess also
that's-
as long as the beats are nice.
yeah, that's the no part where, you know, but the yes, because if that's what kind of quote unquote made you as, you know, the artist or star, and you take it away, people notice it in your art, and it's like not the same anymore. For example, Eminem, like when he got sober, his music kind of changed.
Yeah.
He wasn't the Slim Shady that we know and love, or that we knew and loved. He's just Eminem.
Yeah, no, he's just dad.
Yeah,
And I guess that's kind of like a Logic sense as well. Like when he became a dad, and I know like it's a completely different situation because Logic's just kind of Logic. It's not like in that gangster rap kind of, you know, fuck it, you know, I'm a G. But his music did change in a sense when he did become a dad. It became.
I think with Logic, his music changed when he started pushing the "I'm black and white" agenda. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Because if you look at his first two studio albums, which was Under Pressure and The Incredible True Story, that was like he was just showing off that he could rap, and like he was trying. It was still something to prove. As to the third album, which with the Suicide Hotline song,
Yeah,
you know that one.
Yeah.
That one, he was really pushing the "I'm black, I'm white, but we're all people" type shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's when he turned into a meme, so to say. Like, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, his music is still good. There's still good music out there, but it all changes when they feel like they, in my opinion, it feels like it changes when they aren't quote unquote hungry anymore.
Yeah.
Because
yeah. Continue.
Because like with rap, when they're first breaking into the game, they're trying to get that bag. They're trying to get that status of like, look at me, I'm the best out here. But once you get that and you prove it, a lot of rappers are like, okay, now it's time to have fun. Let me just experiment, quote unquote. Which which could be a good thing sometimes, but a lot of the time, not a lot of the time, but sometimes it could be the downfall of an artist.
Yeah, I think a current rapper right now that did very good with that transition, where it was that hungry trying to make some like banging shit, and then has kind of transitioned to this more like just loose, having fun, trying to make some fun music. And I think that'd be Denzel Curry.
I knew you were gonna say it. Yeah,
because like to see where he came from in the beginning, which what was his first album? It's Imperial.
Mm-hmm.
So like to imagine, to see
that was actually a mixtape though, to be honest.
But still, that's what like, his like, first album. Big one. Yeah,
that was his big breakthrough. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
to see like Denzel then to now like Melt Session #1, present day in 2022.
It's like it changed, but for the better.
Yeah, like
he just grew, like.
Yeah, because now it's more just I made it. I'm not like he's not hungry because he made it to where he wanted to be. Now it's just let me show my talent. Let me make some fun music. So it's not about that gangster rap mentality that he had in his earlier days, where it was really like, the grind, the fucking hustle, making money, trying to be big. And then it's more of just like, like getting his soul and mind right on earth. Just continue, like that whole album is just a soundtrack, man. It's a beautiful album.
Yeah, that's a good example for change for the better.
Yeah.
Logic, in my opinion, that's an example of Logic and Eminem. That's an example of change for the worse.
Now,
I wouldn't say worse, but change for a different audience, I guess.
Yeah, just
a shift in the change.
Yeah.
Fuck it, in my opinion, a shift for the worst, because they haven't been good, in my opinion, since the albums I said, or when he got sober, Eminem. So, oh well.
Yeah, he wasn't Slim Shady anymore. He was just Eminem.
A lot of things.
No hate to him. Good thing he got fucking sober. It's just your music's a little bit different.
Yeah. If you would have kept up with the drugs, it would have. It would have kept that pizzazz.
Yeah, if he just kept the blonde hair and kept doing the drugs.
It's pretty cool.
Him doing the drugs?
No, his like the how artists could like how things in artists' lives affect what we hear. Mm-hmm.
It affects our lives. Like these people are creating music, and these songs and these albums are things that kind of cement like memories in our lives. Like, I bet you can recall like a certain time in your life based off of an album you were listening to then. Like
I remember one of the first times I heard Eminem or rap in general. It was cool. That's what got me into it. Your music taste is based on like your environment and like the situations that build you as a character, not like it's not genetic. Like
it's that kind of nature versus nurture thing.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. It's definitely a because like in my household it was always rock and metal and country, so I grew up in that, and I always had friends that listened to rap all my life. I was always kind of the black sheep of my friends. I always was listening to the thrash metals and stuff, and classic rock and like older country and whatnot, and my friends would be listening to like present day, like modern day hip-hop and rap and R&B, and I never really cared for it because I just grew up in the environment of metal and rock, and that was just my comfort. That was my junk food of music. And then honestly, I guess until once I met you, that's when I started listening to more hip hop. And now, again, that's another thing in my environment, because you're always listening to hip hop. If I'm ever in the car with you, you're listening to hip hop. So
yeah, it's rare that anything else is playing.
Yeah,
in my car.
I remember being surprised when Nirvana came on in your car, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was like, oh my god, people.
Those are the only bands. Oh, and speaking of Red Hot Chili Peppers, they came out with an album today.
Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah.
Was it today? I thought they already came out with an album.
Yeah, 2 albums this year.
Damn.
Yeah, it's called Return to the Dream Canteen.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to that later.
I don't even think I listened to The last one that they came out with.
Unlimited Love.
Yeah.
I like that one. That one was a good one.
I think I like heard a single from it. That was it.
That was a good one. Lil Baby dropped an album today. I'm excited to hear that.
Never got into the Lil Baby.
I'm gonna check out what music came out today. 1 second.
The only Lil Baby I know is the cat that's somewhere around here.
He's right under me.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Oh yeah. What's up, bud?
T Grizzly came out with an album. Lil Baby. What else? Juice WRLD came out with a single. Even though he's dead.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Yeah.
You mean like whoever runs his music?
Yeah.
Put out an album or something.
That's pretty much it for like the mainstream people.
You know, since we've been talking about hip hop, can I fucking complain really quick
What?
that Kendrick won the hip hop award or whatever, like best hip hop artist of 2022?
Of course, I'm not surprised because they like. That's
Apparently.
so fucking fake. I hate the BET. I hate all the award shows because like they don't. I guarantee Denzel Curry wasn't even mentioned.
JID wasn't a thought.
I was about to say I bet JID wasn't even mentioned. Was Vince Staples even mentioned?
No, not at all.
Right?
I don't think
Like
so. Fucking Jack Harlow was like number 3.
like
the new female, like mainstream, like Doja Cat and shit like that.
They
were
push these
mentioned.
mainstream artists and these radio artists and these industry plants.
Yeah.
And
I want to see if I can really quick like pull up like the list.
did you know there's a difference between hip hop and rap?
I mean, yeah, I know that they're separate genres. If you ask me, like, could I differentiate the two right here, right now? I wouldn't be able to like give you like a solid description. Do you have are you able to differentiate them right now?
Yeah, it's rap is like I think we talked. This seems like a very familiar conversation.
Is rap more lyrical or hip hop's more
Hip-hop's
like the
more
music,
lyrical.
the beat, and
Rap is more
so hip hop's more lyrical?
okay. Yeah. Like okay, Czarface is hip hop. Migos is rap.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Nas is hip hop. Jack Harlow is rap.
I almost fucking want to consider Jack Harlow like pop.
Okay, yeah, I never heard his music, so I don't know. Drake,
I mean,
Drake
raps,
is rap.
but
Drake is rap, and honestly, maybe Drake's everything.
I mean, but that's what they all are, because like Czarface is also considered like boom rap, like that boom pop rap type of shit.
That 80s or that 90s feel, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like the 90s was the birth of that. Like if you think of the renaissance of rap or hip hop, that's the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And then the early 2000s, that's rap. Like 50 Cent, he raps. Eminem is hip hop. Even though they're like almost the same. Dr. Dre is hip hop. Kendrick is hip hop.
Snoop rap, or would you
Hip hop.
consider that would be hip hop too?
Lil Pump is rap. Gucci Mane is rap.
So like pretty much mumble rap. That's what we're getting at.
No, because Gucci doesn't mumble rap.
I feel like I'm not saying him because I never even listened to him, but I know like Lil Pump.
That's mumble rap.
That's some mumble rap.
Mumble rap is when the rapper is basically high as fuck and their Future is mumble rap.
Okay, yeah. 21 Savage.
Some is mumble rap. Playboy Cardi is mumble rap. Young Thug is
Designer?
Mumble rap. That's fuck, yeah. Joey Badass is hip hop, but Flatbush Zombies I think is hip hop. And
Yeah, because they're more, and that I think that's where my mind is that hip hop's more theatrical and more about the music in its entirety, while rap is more of just the lyrical, like the story that they're saying behind their lyrics. I wouldn't even say story because that's
hip
giving
hop
them too
is
much credit.
hip hop is more like story telling, in a sense.
Rap is more of like the gang, like how we were talking in the beginning of this podcast, like the gangster rap and shit, like that kind of stuff.
There's not a lot of like subgenres in hip hop, but there are kind of like not as much as like rock and rock and roll, because with that you can go like anywhere. There's rock and roll, there's punk, screamo.
You're not gonna be able to name all of them. There's fucking
exactly.
There's alt metal, new metal, dark metal, grind metal,
grunge,
fucking grunge.
There's all of that.
Industrial metal, fucking. There's fuck. What was the weird one called? I mean, there's folk metal. There's. Oh, I'm trying to think of some weird ones that I know of. There's
pirate
sludge.
shit.
There's sludge. There's pirate metal. There's like grind, grind wave type shit. Yeah, just crazy symphonic metal.
You know what's crazy? I don't understand how some people don't listen to music every day. Right? You ever think about that?
Yeah.
Like, because we work where we work, we have the privilege to listen to music whenever we can, or whenever we want, so to say. But there's some people who don't listen. Like, they listen to music in their car,
or even fucking like NPCs that live among us that just like listen to like mainstream, like just straight up radio music, and that's it. Like the kind of people that listen to Taylor Swift and Katy Perry and whatnot, like just some like very bland, like that's what you listen to, man. You must be the most uninteresting person
today. Like, I don't know, because like at work, I don't know if because this guy was old or not, but to add to your point of the NPCs who listen to like garbage, this dude was like, "Oh my god, Flow Rider, fire!" And
oh my god,
like I said, I don't know that, because he's old. Like, this dude's 60 years old, no joke. But I'm
white man or black man?
White, bro, come on.
A white man listening to Flow Ride? I bet you he has Whistle on repeat.
Dude, like, it makes you think, like, what the fuck do people listen to? You know what I mean? It's weird. Like, when I went to the Wu-Tang concert, I was so, like, I knew it'd be packed. It's fucking Wu-Tang and Nas. But I didn't expect it to be that packed. And I didn't expect that many people to be singing word for word. So
it's a beautiful thing when you get like to a sold out live show and you're just in the middle of the crowd standing there with everybody else, and everybody has the same exact energy and are all enjoying the music at the same time. It's beautiful. That's the experience I had when I saw Black Sabbath.
We talked about this before, but there is a difference between a rock concert and a hip hop concert. Like,
yes, definite big difference.
Yeah, a huge difference. I never been to a rock concert, but you've been to both. You've been to Czarface, which wasn't so big. That's not like Wu-Tang Spectrum big, but you see the difference, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, it's a difference that I've always known, and that's why I have always leaned towards metal and rock more. Is, I guess, the authenticity of the live performance. You know, like when you go to a rock show, like I just went to go see Megadeth not like a couple weeks ago. And, I'm not even going to talk about Megadeth because I talk about them a lot. I'll talk about one of the bands that were there that I never heard of, and it was my first time seeing. They're called The Who. And I'm not talking about the WHO. It's this Mongolian metal band called The Who, spelled HU. And the spectacle of watching these guys perform live. And now let me just paint the picture for the people listening back home. The Who consists of two drummers, one I believe on timpani and one on a normal drum kit. you had a vocalist, you had a electric guitarist, you had, I believe, I think 2 electric guitarists. Yeah, there's 2 guys on guitar.
I thought you said there was 2 guys on cello.
Well, that's what I was gonna get to. That was the big reveal. Thanks for spoiling it.
No, because the last time you told me, that was like the cellar that the electric cellos.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to get to. I was building up to it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's late, but fuck it.
Anyway,
yeah, cool band.
Yeah,
and
but let me
your point.
finish it. Yeah, so yeah, it was like 1 or 2 electric guitarists, the vocalists, and then like Brandon said, there was 2 guys on electric cello. But the cool thing with these 2 guys on electric cellos,
it was one big cello and then 2 guys were manning it.
No,
that's what the first time you told me that's what I pictured, and I was like, whoa, that's so cool. But
yeah,
no.
Well, what they did, and it's very interesting how they did it, is they each had an electric cello, and they both only had 2 strings each on their electric cellos. And the one dude had the 2 thickest strings of a bass guitar on the cello, and the other dude had the 2 thinnest strings of a bass on his cello. So it was real cool. They were all hitting different like frequencies, and it was so cool seeing them. And that kind of music. And to just kind of wrap this point up, the spectacle of seeing all these people, all these musicians playing these instruments at high speed and very just fucking intricate finger positioning, seeing all the amps and stuff behind them, feeling the vibration in the concrete under your feet as these guys are just screaming into the mic. They really weren't screaming. It was like Mongolian
chanting,
throat singing and chanting. Kind of like if you can imagine going into war as a Viking, this is the kind of music you want to listen to. Like when you're listening to this kind of music, you should have a battle axe in hand. So to go from a spectacle like that, and then even though I loved the concert and seeing them live when we went to go see Czarface, it's much more just they got a track playing in the background
it's the
of
DJ.
the song. They have the DJ doing the wicka wicka, and then you have Czarface there rapping on the mic. The thing with the hip hop shows, though, that I think bother me the most out of anything is the lack of energy? I guess energy and actually singing and rapping their own lyrics, because a lot of rappers, it becomes crowd work because everyone knows the songs and they have the vocal track in the background playing as is, so they'll just kind of stop rapping and let the music play in the background, and they're just kind of hyping up the crowd and what, and then it's like, dude, I could have just put some earbuds in and listen to the song. I didn't need to come here and just listen to it play through the fucking loudspeaker, So that's the only flaws I see in a hip hop show. But when you go to, like, for you, like, I saw the videos of Wu-Tang and just seeing Nas, him solo on a huge ass stage rapping like that, like that's crazy that one person on one mic can have that energy and give off that energy like a band like The Who or like Black Sabbath or like Megadeth can do. One person is doing what a full band can do. It's just the spectacle is a lot less like, oh, holy shit. It's just that one dude.
I think the difference with the hip hop and rock concerts, along with what you said, the energy, but it's about, personally, I think hip hop and rap, when it comes to music compared to rock and, rock and metal or whatever, I think a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, hip hop / rap has a more powerful message than the rock or metal music. Because
I wouldn't say that.
I'll
let you finish your point.
because with it's a more powerful message. Hold on, something popped up on the screen.
It's whatever. You're good. Keep
Okay.
continue.
Because with metal, it's like a lot of the time they're playing the instrument and they're not like, all right, in short terms, there's not as much. It's going to sound very dumb when I say it, but there's not as many words in a rock song or metal song than a hip hop track, or you know what I mean?
I don't think you've listened to enough rock and metal. I don't think you have to even say that.
But what I have heard is like, maybe you're right, yeah. But a lot of the time it's more like,
and the reason why I say is because I know you personally, and I know
you know what I listen. Yeah, exactly.
Like I know you haven't listened to rock and metal the way I have, and you know it. And not just to put it on rock and metal, I would just put it like punk and everything. I'm kind of talking about all of this all in one generalized group. So like rock and metal and punk all together. You know, like punk was, like, for example, was one of the biggest driving factors in the UK. You know, British rock, British punk, you know, the message and the anarchy and fucking rebel against the order. Like it meant a lot to people back in like the 70s and the 80s, that early UK punk, you know, it really brought a lot of people like to kind of rebel against the bullshit, you know. Then you have like the Godfathers of metal, Black Sabbath, where you got a song like War Pigs and stuff. You got a song like War Pigs. You got a song like fucking
Chop Suey.
System of a Down. I just Snowblind. Then you go to Ozzy and like Suicide Solution. Like I know I'm giving like examples and you have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's like, yeah, it's hard for me to fully explain it because, again, it's you haven't listened to enough metal and rock to really understand that there is a huge message behind a lot of the music. A lot of the music you hear, and I mean it's the same for all music. You know, like there are some metal songs that are just talking about absolute bullshit. You know, like we were for one song that's talking about absolute bullshit. We were making fun of it recently, the Billy Joel song.
We didn't start the fire.
It was just him rambling off random shit. You know,
I mean,
but then you have a song like Piano Man,
but also
that has a powerful message.
To go back to that Billy Joel song, that's a song for its time. I came to realize that, like the shit he was talking about.
Yeah,
it was quote unquote current events going on that he just meshed together. Like for example, that like there's a message behind it, but it's not so clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to like, that's only one example out of like billions of songs out there. But like that, but like I said, you have to really decipher that message. It's like, you know, we were bullshitting saying it's a nonsense song, but I had to do my research and you know that. But like I said, I had to do research for hip hop and rap. It's like I could go into it and by the end of the song, I kind of got the message.
Yeah, you know,
because it's much more clearer.
Like rock, I'll just say rock for now. I won't keep saying like rock and metal and everything. I'll just say
we'll
rock
stick
for
to
right now.
Rock and rap.
Keep it short. For rock, you know, it's rock lyrics. It's more poetic, whereas a rap song, like rap lyrics, like you said, it's kind of more straight to the point. It's like a beginning, middle, and end. They're speaking a story. You know, I guess for one song to go to add on to you is Nas, Rewind.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a perfect story. Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil. It's a story.
If you guys haven't heard that song, Rewind by Nas, go check it out.
Yeah,
It's
great. It's a banger.
Yeah, he starts the song. It's a song about a story. He tells a story in the song, sorry, but he starts from the end to the beginning.
Yes,
But it's backwards. Or like there's another song that he has, it's called The Setup, where he basically it is what it is. It's the setup where it's him and his mans, they're planning a setup, and by the end of the song you find out
what the song's cap. Do you think it's a story, or do you think that was an actual incriminating song that Nas released?
If it was not cap and it's a true story, then that'd be sick. But he doesn't incriminate himself.
You know, this raises a question now. This kind of brings this
how much cap is in rap? I guarantee there's a lot of cap in rap.
There's got to be a lot of cap. And now here's my question. You know, there's got to be a line. There's got to be a difference between a story and cap.
Yeah, Nas is a storyteller.
Yes, like Rewind. I don't think that's an actual story.
That's just his. That's literally
like he just created a story.
That's how talented he is. That he just wrote a story from back to front.
Yeah,
like or there's another song called "I Gave You Power" where he's rapping in the perspective of a gun. So go check that out. That song's fire.
I don't think I've listened to that one.
Yeah, it's called "I Gave You Power." And like that's just the talent that some people have. Sometimes it's not cap. Sometimes
that's
it's just
where
rap.
It shows that creating lyrics and rapping, there's levels to it.
That's what I meant. Like there's talent and then there's incriminating yourself. Yeah, that's like another line. Yeah.
All right, then this has kind of come full circle. Because that's kind of what kind of came to my mind is like you got a guy like Freddie Gibbs that be capping in his lyrics, but then you got a guy like Nas that is a storyteller, and yes, what he's speaking on is not true. It's not like he's saying like, yeah, I did this and that and the third. It's just I'm making a story, listen to this story, and take it how you want.
What the things he says the things he says in his stories or his quote unquote stories in his raps could be also a part of his life, but he's just turning it into a story.
Yeah,
so
like an exaggerated version of like events that he's experienced.
Yeah, you know, that's just how talented some people are. Mm-hmm. Another artist who's just very talented with, you know, their wordplay is Inspector Deck from Czarface.
Yes.
Excuse me. That's another, like, he's not a storyteller, but his rhyming skills, his punchlines and his metaphors and all that shit, that's what makes him such a talented artist. A lot, like, I don't know, with rock, you know, I'm not gonna get on specific. Yeah, with rock, it's more about the instruments, as like it takes the group to put together that song. You know what I mean?
Well, no, not really, because a lot of the times it's not the group writing the song.
No,
it's usually like a specific person.
No, I'm talking about like you got the drummer, you got the guitarist, you got people on the instruments, you got the band, and that band together make that song. Doesn't matter who wrote it. The band wrote that song. Or produced that song. With hip hop and rap, if you want to go into specifics, a lot of the times it's like two people who made the song. It's the producer of the beat and the guy who wrote it. And I think it's more, it's in my opinion, it's more powerful when you could really see that message that artist is portraying a lot clearer than rock. Because it's like, oh,
I'm
cool.
confused.
Yeah, I'm like high and tired, so my words are like fucked up right now. But what I'm trying to say is it shows that one person has that power, as opposed to that one person has the power to touch all those people, as opposed to the rock concert where it's like you're going there, you're like, holy shit, that guy could do that on guitar, and you're seeing it live. Or holy shit, that guy's playing drums upside down. You know, for example, that Slipknot concert you told me. You know what I mean? Like, when you're at a hip hop concert, you don't need to see that. You're just there to listen to that guy say those words that you already know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, you know, it just like you said, like, yeah, like people are going there to see the kind of the theatrics and like the whole show of a rock show, but it also kind of works the same way in the sense where people are coming for one person. You know, when most people, I would say present day now, for a band like Black Sabbath, they're going for Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want to see Ozzy on the mic singing War Pigs. They want to see him singing Sweet Leaf, you know. Everyone else there, like Tony Iommi and Geezer Butler, and their
like,
drummer,
I'm sure they got their
like,
fans, you know what I mean?
Like I love all of them. I love Black Sabbath as a whole, but the spectacle is the man behind the mic. You know, it always comes down to the front man. So it's just it's the same thing, you know, I get just the rap show. It's just minus all the extra people.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess what I was trying to say is the rap artist is essentially the band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just, it's different, but also the same, I guess.
Yeah. It's just, it's not necessary for like a rapper, a single rapper, to have all that, because it's people are going to them mainly for their lyrics and their flow and that cool beat they have playing in the background. Mm-hmm. Whereas for like a rock show, they're going for the whole package. They're going for the guitar, the drums, the vocals, the light show and everything, you know. Like,
honestly, I could say, I don't know if you could say this the same about rock and rap, but I could say this about rap against rock, if that makes sense. I could go and see a Nas show a cappella. Like, I could see him just stand there and recite these songs. Mm-hmm. And that would like
a slam poetry session.
Pretty much, but like with that flair, you know what I mean? Mm. Can you go and see a Megadeth a cappella? It'd be weird, right?
When you say a cappella, like, is there just no instruments involved?
Yeah, it's an a cappella. They're just reciting. That'd be weird, right? Yeah. More or less, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. It'd be a little weird.
Yeah, but with rap, you're going there to really listen to that message, that one person say those words that you've heard a million times. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean. It's I just had to think about it for a second. You know, it definitely would be easier to see a hip hop artist do an acapella over a band doing acapella, because it's like the yin and yang, you know. Mm-hmm. The band with the lead vocalist, they go hand in hand, because the lead vocalist is usually like ramping up to hit a climax, and that climax being like a guitar riff, a breakdown, a solo. Yeah. Whereas a rapper, it's all vocal for a rapper. You know, like
The man is the band.
His build up, like a rapper's build up in his lyrics, is building to the next bar, the next word flow, like had the transitions and stuff. So yeah, I see that. It's that's an interesting thing to think about,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of just came up with that on the spot. It's pretty cool though, right?
Yeah. That's definitely a high guy thought.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of high guy thoughts, I saw a post today. I was standing outside smoking a joint, and this is completely off topic, but it just came to mind. Someone had posted that every time you paint your room gets a fraction of an inch smaller. And
because all the coats of paint already behind it.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's like kind of fucking trippy to think about. So like, say if every year
you paint your room a different color.
Paint your room once. Say like if you had a 10-year period and just once a year for 10 years.
Not even. Let's say you painted it once a month.
Yeah, once a month for 10 years. How?
At least a couple inches.
A couple inches?
Probably like half a foot by the end of the year, or by the end of the 10 years, like half a foot.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird to think about. It's like, yeah, now I'm just getting, see, this is how I got, like, I just,
nice.
like this afternoon, or yesterday afternoon, I just kind of got like that. I'm still thinking about it. Now I'm all fucking discombobulated because I'm thinking about the room getting smaller. Anyway, I digress.
Rap versus rock.
Yeah, rap versus rock. I think this has been a really cool conversation talking about music.
Yeah, I've been having fun.
Yeah.
The comparing and contrasting. And
it's good that we have two guys like us sitting in this room talking about it, because you're more of the
hip hop head and you're a rock geek.
I'm a metalhead, you're a rap head.
And there's Baby. I wonder if that got picked up.
He was like, I'm here.
We know, baby. We know. You know what blows my mind is, like, I don't understand how people don't like rap. Like,
I can understand.
I can't. I cannot.
Because there's really, really shitty rap out there.
But there's really, really, really good rap out there.
And that's the thing. A lot of people nowadays don't like good rap. They like that mainstream,
not
shitty,
even,
like,
it's like
mainly just studio produced bullshit.
What really grinds my gears when people say they don't listen to rap, or it's like they say they do, but it's like you could tell they only listen to the beat. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I guess, because what makes a rap song for you? Is it the beat or the lyrics? Because
it's definitely wordplay and the flow. I think that's what matters the most to me. That's why I love MF Doom so much, is his word flow and his wordplay and the way he could transition between his words and his bars. It's just, it's masterful, you know? So I think that's what makes it more for me. It honestly is probably a 50-50.
I was just thinking that too, yeah.
Because I enjoy a really good beat. Like, there are some songs that I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about still. It's just, I know what they're saying, like certain bars and stuff, like, oh, that bar is hot. Like, oh, he's spitting here. But like the overall story of certain songs, I still don't know fully. I just know that song is a banger. You know, like the beat's really good. The dude's spitting. So yeah, it definitely goes hand in hand. There's certain songs that I listen to for the beat, certain songs that I listen to for the lyrics.
For me, it's probably a 70-30. Like, I would probably listen, like, I know there's some songs that, like, recently that I would always skip, but sometimes, like, for example, at work, I'm having a conversation with somebody, right? And the song's just playing in the background, I'm not paying attention to it. And the conversation with me and that person ends, and then I tune back into what I'm listening to, and I'm like, holy shit, this is actually fire. And I look at my phone, and I'm like, oh, I usually skip this song. Like, for example, that happened with some Lil Wayne songs, and yeah, the beat isn't totally great, but it's what he's saying is fucking fire.
Yeah.
And with rock, I could say it's probably more like that is probably more 50-50, if not 60-40. The 60 being the beat, the 40 being what they're saying. Like, for example,
I would have to say it's definitely 50-50
for
because for rock, at least, it's definitely a 50-50 because, you know, you need the lyrics and the story and the meaning behind the song that really drives it home. But then the music, the band, and the music that's playing in the background, that's to really exaggerate and push the emotion of the vocals of the lyrics. You know, it's like a Megadeth song, Trust. It's off their album Cryptic Writings. And, you know, Dave Mustaine's vocals and his lyrics and stuff is powerful, but the heaviness in the music behind it, the guitar and the bass, that all kind of, it amps up and it all just builds off of each other. You know, when the lyrics and stuff and his vocals are ramping up, the music's ramping up, and it's just exaggerating his emotion. You know, that's really what the band is for the vocalist. Is the lead singer is the voice and the storyteller, and the band is like the megaphone for emotions. It's really
it sets the tone.
Yeah, like especially during a live show when you can feel the bass on the drums like going through the floor, and you feel it in your chest vibrating, like you feel so connected to it. Yeah.
Music brings people together,
for sure, and you see that a lot,
especially at live concerts.
Yeah, and you can see the camaraderie that happens. Like, I still remember, I'll never forget it. I remember being at a Slayer show, and the mosh pit was happening right behind me, and it was still in the beginning of the show, and I don't even think Slayer was on. I think it was Lamb of God that was on. And there was a mosh pit going around, and then a kid walked into the mosh pit. Kid probably had to have been like 8 or 9, you know, young kid, and you had like grown men throwing fucking windmilling their arms and just running around, but like bumping into each other, crashing into each other. And once this kid walked into the mosh pit, everyone slowed down, and everyone started just chilling out. And it was really cool seeing that, because everyone was slowing down because they were trying to give that kid a great experience in the mosh pit. So everyone in their drunken rage and going at it in the mosh pit, they all chilled out because the kid came in, and it was a beautiful sight.
What's the purpose of a mosh pit?
The purpose of a mosh pit is that me being high and thinking of it in the way I'm thinking of it, it's kind of the same way how I was talking about the band being the megaphone for emotions. The mosh pit is the megaphone of emotion for the listeners.
But what do you do in the mosh pit?
You just mosh.
What is moshing?
Moshing is just a form of dancing, in a sense.
Because what I've seen of mosh pits, it seems violent.
In a sense, I mean, yeah, it is. It's violent. There's no question about it. But people aren't like, you're not going into a mosh pit to get into an MMA fight, you know.
But it does happen.
There are
correct?
there are those dicks in the pit that don't have any consideration for everybody.
Like people get trampled, right? People get elbowed. People get punched. People get shoved.
Mean, shit happens, you know, in the mosh pit when people are going.
But more
crazy.
or less, that happens, correct?
It happens, but it's not like. It happens and it's like everyone's like, whoa, why are you throwing it? Like, why'd you hit it? Like, if it's if someone's purposely in there to hit the person, that's what I'm saying. There's always gonna be that one dick in the pit, And there's always that one person that's purposely just drunk as fuck and is out there trying to hurt people. But like 95% of the people that are in the mosh pit, there is like this equal, like mutual agreement. Like, hey man, we're going to probably fucking bump into each other. People might get knocked down, but if you get knocked down, you pick them up. And you see that as well in mosh pits. Like if someone drops to the ground, you'll hear like half a dozen people around them like, hey, back up. You pick them up, like get them.
But okay. Now, I'm probably going to get crucified because there's like this one example out there, but I feel like you are more prone to injuries at a rock concert than a hip hop concert. Because with hip hop, in my opinion, people are there, like I said, to listen to the music, listen to that guy say those words and, you know, really feel it, as opposed to rock. There's a lot of moshing, and like I get like I don't see as many mosh pits in those hip hop rap concerts as I do to the rock. And I know people are going to be like, oh, Travis Scott, those people died in the mosh pit, but like that's what I know. It's a very rare occurrence that, you know, people like it's horrible. People died. Yeah, I get it. But like that's the extreme, right? But let's tone it down a little bit. Let's say nobody died. Like the only rap artist I could really think of who mosh would be like Travis Scott, Lil Uzi.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe X if he was still around.
Yeah, that was definitely moshing.
Yeah, like
because his early shit wasn't even rap. Like it was like screamo on the verge of being like metal rap.
But like that, my point being is like there's only a handful of rap artists who mosh, as opposed to if you go to a concert, a rock concert, there's probably a high chance that there's going to be moshing.
At a rock concert, because then this is when it comes into genre. Because you're only really moshing at metal shows.
Okay, see, this is where that would have been better for me to differentiate the genres.
Because like rock,
you know what I mean?
When you're talking about rock, you're talking about more classic rock or just kind of hard rock. You know, like AC/DC. Like you ain't mosh pit. There's not gonna be a mosh pit at AC/DC. But I know what you mean.
Exactly.
I'm just making that differentiation.
Yeah. That would have been a good time to differentiate. But more or less, my point being is that if one show is more likely to have moshing than the other, which thus comes, you know, in my opinion, you're more likely to get hurt at that one show than the other. But like I said, it or like you said, it depends on the rock show.
Yeah, it definitely depends. But I wouldn't say you're wrong. I would say you're definitely more prone to getting hurt at a metal show than you would be at a hip hop show. You know, I've left shows a little beat up. Like I said, I remember the Slayer show. Like I had people stepping on my feet.
Like sometimes you'd leave a bruises, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
right.
Like I've seen people get knocked out. At metal shows, I've seen people get trampled. You know, and that's kind of when it's one of those you just kind of throw like it is what it is. Like shit happens, you know.
But it sucks because you're there to enjoy the music and you're there.
Yeah, but also people are there to mosh. But because see, that's the difference between a metal show and a rap show is that mosh pitting stuff. Like people are kind of that's an extra flavor to it. You know, is that there's like a show going on even in the crowd with you. Like the mosh pit is it's gonna sound weird to you, but it's a beautiful thing because it is just this melting pot of different people just letting out all of their emotion and aggression in not in a form of violence, but in a form of trying to let go. It's like it's a
way to release energy.
Yeah, it's a freeing experience where you don't really need to do that at a hip hop show, because a hip hop show you're more of just like
you're releasing that energy by reciting those words back to the artist. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, you're getting that energy out because you're sharing the energy with the lyrics, like you said, with the rapper
and everybody around you too.
Overall, it's more of a chill, relaxing experience. Whereas a metal show, you get adrenaline. Where at a hip hop show, it's like, oh yeah, like beats are fucking nice, dudes spitting bars. Like when we're at the Zarfe show, like I didn't have the urge to like get up and start dancing and shit. Like I was just kick back, listening to music. Like it was a great show. Whereas like when I go to Megadeth and shit, like the last show I went to when I was talking about the Who and seeing Megadeth and shit, that was the first time I had seats going to a metal show. I'm always standing out on the lawn, you know. This was the first time like I had like seating, which was like VIP crew seating as well. I'll also mention that. That was the first time I had seats, and like when the Who was on, like I was antsy. I was like, man, I want to go to war. Like, come on, give me dual wielded axes. Let's go. I'm ready to kill motherfuckers. Let's go. But when I was at Starface, it was like, yeah, this is nice.
I think it's I had never been to a rock concert, so you know that's going to be an experience for me whenever we do decide to go. And with the difference between I'd say like a hip hop show and a rap show is that with the hip hop show, the artist is more than likely gonna rap the whole rap. With a rap concert, let's say like you're gonna go see Lil Uzi or you're gonna go see Lil Baby or Drake, right? Let's just say that they're having their song play in the background. Yeah. And then they're just rapping over it, like you said.
And then it's like a 50-50. It's like they're rapping, but then also just kind of being a hype man.
Yeah, pretty much. So, like, with the hip-hop show, you're not only seeing them rap that song, you're rapping along with it, and everybody else around you is rapping that same song. And it's just that feeling of, like, holy shit, like, we all know this song, and it's just a beautiful feeling.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like when Nas came out and he started rapping, what song was it? Verbal Intercourse. That like as soon as the beat dropped, everybody went hype, and then he started spitting. We all started spitting back to him. It was lit.
Yeah, it's always a great feeling when everyone in the crowd realizes what song's coming on. Because everyone's like, oh shit,
you feel the hype. Yeah,
shit. Yeah, fucking I keep bringing it up because it's just one of the most iconic concerts to me. But Black Sabbath, when I got to see them, like when the sirens started going off for War Pigs,
it's like, you know, like everybody knows what time it is, you know,
dude. Everyone starts screaming. Yeah, it's a crazy experience.
Like, you know what I've noticed growing up, and you know, this is just my experience growing up, but a lot of all right, I'm just gonna say it. A lot of white people don't like rap, right?
Yeah. That's understandable.
But growing up, all of my colored friends would listen to rap, but also other genres of music. It's like white people don't want to listen to rap. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which I find that very closed-minded because, like I said, there's so much good rap music out there, and I feel like it's for everybody. Same thing, like...
Yeah, like even before I started like really heavily listening to hip hop and rap, I still listened to some. Like when I was just just listening to metal and rock, I did have some rap. Like I've always loved Biggie. I've always listened to Biggie for as long as I can remember.
But like, I'm sorry to cut you off with your point, but this also feeds into mine. When I was talking to white people growing up, like I hate that this is now a colored thing, but this is just my experience growing up. When I would speak to my white peers growing up, they'd be like, oh yeah, I listen to Biggie, I listen to Tupac, but it's like, that's old. Everybody listens to that, or at least heard that.
I wouldn't say everybody. A lot of people don't like old.
Or not that, but like, that's like, everybody knows that. You know what I mean? And like, I'd never hear somebody be like, oh yeah, like, probably, what's a back in the day growing up? Like, okay, those are basic, like I said, everybody knows Biggie, everybody knows Tupac. I would never hear somebody be like, oh yeah, I listen to Jay-Z, or excuse me, I listen to Nas, because yeah, they're old as well, but they're not on this like superstar status as Biggie and Pac. You know what I mean? Like, people just said those because those were the most well known. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was much easier to just know them and listen to them.
Exactly.
They were just the top dogs, you know, number ones. Yeah, I mean, I was a very basic rap fan. Like I said, I listened to Biggie, I listened to Beastie Boys, and I listened to Eminem. Like those
Eminem too. Yeah, that would be another go-to that they'd say. Like, oh, I listen to Eminem, Biggie, Tupac, and it's like, but what else? You know what I mean? It's like, there's more to just that. And I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I just listen to, well, I'm not going to say I just listen to, I mainly listen to rap. But if you go on my phone, there's a whole, you know, there's many genres other than rap or hip hop or whatever the subgenre you want to call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for me, it's not even about genre anymore. It's just, is it good or not?
Yeah.
That's how I am. I listen to a fucking boatload of shit. Like, you click shuffle on my Spotify library and you're in for a treat. There's a lot of fucking bullshit in there.
I remember growing up, or not even growing up, like, there was just this kid who was like, oh yeah, I fucking hate rap. Like, rap is the worst. Like, all they talk about is pussy, money, weed. Like, fuck that shit. I hate Lil Wayne, hate this, that. And I'm like, bro, like, what awful song did you hear to like put you in this state? Like, I like that really, like, it, I took offense to that type shit because like, you're so arrogant and you think that that's like me saying fucking all rock music is like the devil's music. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just nonsense. It's just very close-minded and arrogant. And I don't know, if you're like that, thinking like that, then you're a closed-minded, arrogant, you know, music listener.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because that's stuff that I had experienced growing up, like, especially like in high school, like freshman and sophomore year. Like, I still remember this one day I had brought my speaker into school and I was sitting at my lunch table and a couple of my buddies, we all listened to rock and shit. And I remember I had like Slayer playing, and I remember like someone shouting over from like the table or two away, like across from me, like, turn off that devil music, turn off that shit. What are we doing here? Like, it's interesting to see how closed-minded people can be with music, and I've been able to kind of see from both sides because I went from I went from being closed-minded with music, and it wasn't that it was out of ignorance or arrogance that I just didn't want to listen to rap. It's just I had kind of the same mentality. It's just the rap I was hearing,
it's bullshit,
was awful.
Yeah,
you know, like ex-girlfriends listening to shitty ass rap. Growing up with friends that were listening to like ghetto ass fucking like mumble rap that I hate. Like just very lazy, shitty SoundCloud type rap. And that's why I'm happy I've come across the rap that I have been listening to. And honestly, a lot of the shit I've been listening to is older stuff, but they're more kind of underground, not the typical Biggie or Tupac, you know. I've come across a lot of great artists, and I've now found some new present day artists that are actually good and I like. I know we mentioned them, like Denzel and JID. They're probably like my top in my top 5 at the moment. Yeah, it's interesting to see the social standards when it comes to music and the way people, like, music is such a huge part in our lives that we seem to kind of forget. Like, music really does make us who we are. Like, I remember I had mentioned it earlier, like right in the beginning of this podcast, where like I'm sure you can kind of recall a time in your life based off of an album you were listening to at that time. Like, just for a quick example, like 2015, like that specific year, Metallica Hardwired to Self-Destruct and Megadeth's Dystopia. Like, I remember those were like my soundtracks that year. Just that, like, kind of start in high school, like kind of just getting into this new era of my life and feeling like a social outcast and very different from everybody else. And that was my music. Those 2 albums, that was just like, you know, fuck all you guys. Like I'm here for war. I don't need any of you pussy ass bitches teasing me, trying to bully me. I ain't here for all that shit. Who do you think you are? Who do you think I am? Yeah. Music. Where are we in this podcast?
I don't know.
I'm bumping into shit every time I turn around. Oh wow, an hour and 21.
Oh, nice.
They're pretty good.
I encourage all my listeners right now, since I have the voice to say it, go listen to more rap music. Good rap
listen to
music.
more metal music.
Yeah. But like, if you don't listen to as much rap, I encourage you to go explore, because there's so much more music to be heard.
We should each make a playlist of like 50 songs. You make a rap hip hop playlist and I'll make a rock metal playlist, and we'll get the links for each of these playlists and then we'll put them in our link tree
Next week?
Yeah, we can have this ready for next week.
Let's do it. That's actually that sounds like a lot of fun.
And it'll be Brandon's mixtape and Antonio's mixtape.
Fuck, I had the thought, but I lost it. Oh, yeah.
You're coming out with a new mixtape?
No. If you don't listen to rap, start listening to it right now. Not rap, but hip hop. The best fucking... Okay, I'm gonna recommend an album. You know, I remember in the very... Bruh, okay, real quick. A long time ago, before we even started the podcast, I told Antonio, I was like, oh, I'm going to start recommending songs to people.
Yeah, and you never fucking did.
No, I never did ever. And I'm going to do that right now. If I could recommend not just one song, but if I could recommend one album, not one, I'd say 2 albums.
Recommend one album for now.
One album for now?
Yeah, we'll do like one album a week if that's what you want to do. Oh, fuck.
Okay, then. Give me 1 second because I had it. Oh, man, I'm looking at my fucking... There's so much good music in it. Bro, there's so much... Like, as soon as I open the music app, there's so much good music.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds. You got to give me an album. 10.
Go listen to...
9. 8.
Me Against the World by Tupac. It's the hardest intro ever.
You were just talking about people only listen, like saying they only listen to Biggie and Tupac and stuff, and then you give a Tupac album.
Okay, fair enough. But no. That's like, in my opinion, Tupac is the greatest rapper ever, period. He's just the greatest. And then second, I'd have to give it to Nas, because Nas is he's a poet. He's fantastic. But go listen to Me Against the World by Tupac. That is his second album, and each song on there is a masterpiece. That's like the true essence of hip hop, I'd say. Yeah, it's the gang banging shit, but it's some gang banging shit, but a lot of the songs like hold a message behind it. All of them do, honestly. Yeah, just Tupac is the greatest. Listen to that.
And you know what? We'll go album for album. I'll spit out a metal album. You know, since you're talking about the true essence of rap and one of the greatest rappers to ever live, I guess I will recommend an album from the essence of what metal is and what has made metal into what it is today. Once again, Black Sabbath. You guys, if you haven't heard this album before, you should go check it out. It's Black Sabbath's Master Reality from 1971. My favorite Black Sabbath album, and I'm sure everyone else, if you're into metal and rock or interested in checking out the genre, that's a good album to start with.
I just want to say real quick, the intro to the Tupac album is so like, I honestly think that's the hardest intro to any fucking album ever. It's like, there's a lot of cap and rap, but not Tupac. The shit shit he's done.
For sure.
Yeah, bro, he shot 2 off-duty officers. Did you know that?
No, I don't think so. The recent thing I had saw about Tupac was on Instagram, and it was him in court and him just like other rappers talking about like him just standing up in court and pretty much just saying like, I ain't gonna say shit because you guys haven't been treating this as a fair trial. You guys can't even look me in the eyes, so I ain't gonna say shit. You know, I'm going to let you guys do you. I'll take whatever sentence you guys want to give me because I know I'm not going to get a fair shake in all this.
The last photo of Tupac alive is him in a stretcher giving the middle finger.
That's what's up.
And you know what? Tupac, although he was a thug, I wouldn't say a thug. Nah, I'd say he was a gangster. Like, he didn't, like...
He was a true gangster.
Yeah, like, straight up. He spoke some real shit. Like, everybody got a little Tupac in him. You know what I mean? Everybody got a little thug in him.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
eyes on me.
Yeah, seriously. You gotta channel your inner thug.
Mm-hmm.
And by that, it means... You know, sometimes you just gotta put your foot down. Say how you feel. You know, fuck everybody.
Yeah, do you.
Yeah, thug it out.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do here on Noside is thug it out.
Yeah, seriously, fuck all this bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Us against the world. Fucking, bro, that album is so good. I'm about to listen to it, like, bro.
Gonna be going to sleep smiling.
Dude, like, I listened to it on my way to work today. That first, bro, the intro to the first track is the hardest shit ever. The hardest, like, bruh.
Yeah, well, everyone back home, you guys are going to go check that out and see if Brandon's cap or no cap.
No. Yeah, Tupac allegedly shot 2 off-duty officers. The case was dropped due to insufficient evidence. That's some real shit, yo. That's some thug shit. No. Well, yeah, all right, whatever. I'm done praising Tupac. Yeah. I'm fanboying over this guy. He's my favorite. Yeah, he's my favorite rapper of all time. Whatever.
Yeah, fucking R.I.P. Tupac. R.I.P. Julio. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Oh yeah,
the last one. R.A.G.P.
Rest in Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah. Just in case we didn't mention it, I do want to mention that because fucking damn Julio. I guess we should wrap this up.
Yeah, it's been a fun podcast. We came in here not knowing what to talk about.
Yeah, not at all. Not at fucking all. But we did it. We did another one. Episode 48. 2 more podcasts to 50. Actually, since I just mentioned it, I'm going to mention this really quick. I think last podcast I had said our Halloween special is going to be episode 50.
Miscalculated.
I miscalculated a day. Technically it's going to be episode 51 because of Halloween coming on a Monday, and I don't want to do the Halloween special on the Friday. You know, I would like to do the Halloween special
on Halloween. Yeah.
So it's going to be episode 51. Hopefully that doesn't bum anyone out. It bums me out just a little bit because I thought it would have been cool. But I guess in a sense it still is cool because we're going to have our halfway to 100 episode on Friday before Halloween, and then we're going to have our Halloween special. So they're both two milestones, I suppose you can say. But with that, I guess we can do the whole plug-in, the plugging of the socials, and then from there we can move on to our outro.
Yeah, go follow me Instagram and Twitter, bmendoza127, and on YouTube X5X Smoke. Follow the Noside podcast. Follow the Noside on YouTube.
Yeah, at @Noside_podcast.
And just
Instagram
Noside on
Twitter,
YouTube.
And then, Noside on YouTube.
Stay tuned for more Resident Evil, more Silent Hill 2.
And new content to come in the following weeks.
New content. Look out for the shorts, the TikToks, the reels. Follow us on Twitter at @Noside_podcast as well. And go listen to that album.
And go listen to the Black Sabbath album. It's been fun. Make sure to follow me at @__firm if you want to follow my personal. And Brandon gave all the Noside social. So I guess with that, we can have the music, the outro, fade in as our voices fade out.
Time out real quick.
No,
please.
quickly.
It's so cool.
Fuck. All right, whatever. You fucked up.
You did this to me.
What?
The in the beginning, a fun little fact. The beginning of the podcast, when you hear the Noside, isn't that Tupac?
Yeah, it is Tupac.
Yes, so he lives on with Noside. So yeah, now the music is fading in, our voices are fading out. Go listen to our albums that we told you to.
Yeah, and we will see you guys next week, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Here on Noside.
See ya.